Hello, everybody on Master Sha, TaoCentreToronto social media channels, and welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited to be here with you today and to be experiencing and sharing a bit about the spiritual channels, awakening your spiritual channels, and Tao hands. And if any of this is new to you, do not worry, because we are going to be sharing a little bit with you and basically just learning, having a heart and soul talk about awakening your spiritual channels and about Tao hands with a very special guest who has experience with this herself. So just sharing our journeys with you to inspire you as well. And we encourage you to share in the comments if you have any questions or if you have anything at all that you would like to share with us. And we have a very special guest today, and she was actually on our experience of awakening the spiritual channels earlier this week and had a very special reading with Francisco. She's also a fellow Tao Hands practitioner, and she is the founder of Chic Made Consciously. So without further ado, let us welcome Cassandra.
Oh, thank you, Alexia. Hello, 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 everyone.
Hello. We are so excited to have you here and to share. And I also didn't mention, but you're a dear friend, and I'm so grateful to have you here and share because you're so inspiring and you have so much talent and wisdom and skills. And would love to learn because on your journey, you know, how you discovered Tao Hands, how you discovered this sort of realm of these things that we're talking about, and then how they have impacted your life in any way, or your service or your business, or anything that you feel called to share about how they've impacted your life.
Sure. And I just wanted to say thanks so much for choosing me and having me on today. It's great to share this wisdom because it has impacted my life so much. And I guess I've been on sort of like a spiritual journey, uncovering deeper layers of myself and just understanding who I am, why I'm here for, I would say, like 7 years now. And the turning point for me was definitely traveling in Asia and really just stepping outside of my comfort zone and seeing what life is like, shifting my perspective. And it was really like living in Korea and traveling in Thailand and learning a lot about Buddhism that those practices started to help me shift my awareness. And then, yeah, I got into Reiki and I was doing that for many years. And the practice of just energy work was really fascinating to me. And the idea that we're just these balls of energy walking every day, and you know, our thoughts really affect that. And just so much of how we live our lives every day really shapes who we are and how we continue to show up in the world. And, you know, the Tao hands have been in my field for quite some time, given how long I've known you and Vanessa, and had the beautiful opportunity to join the Wealthy Goddess Movement team in October of last year. And I am the social media manager for Vanessa. And it's just been, you know, really immersing myself in the Tao philosophy through all of her content, because it's really a big part of her business and what she shares with her community. So that was so intriguing, you know, being in it, so in it all the time. And then I heard about the Tao Hands training coming up, and I was just like, yes, I gotta do it. It feels so right to continue to just dive deeper into, yeah, opening my spiritual channels and connecting with the Tao and the divine. And it's just been really, really special. I mean, one of my intentions was to do it for my family, to be able to give blessings to my family, because there's a lot of blockages and a lot of addictions and stuff like that kind of prevalent. And I just really wanted to be able to serve for my family. And I was also inspired to do it to change the energy and Shen Jing around my business. And I would say a lot has been shifting since I've been giving blessings. You know, it's been really cool to just see small shifts like every day in my family members, and it's just been so fascinating. I'm like, is this real? What's going on here? Of course it is. It's just the power and frequency is so high, and it's so potent, and it's so pure and so special.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much. It's just amazing to hear. And like you shared so beautifully, like it is even these small things, they are really like daily miracles. Sometimes these shifts where it's like, wow, like did that just happen? You know, this whole pattern or this thing that is continuously occurring all of a sudden just shifted right before our eyes. And in your heart, it's like this knowing. And I think that also is where the spiritual channels come into play, is there's a deep knowing and a sense of awareness of recognizing what's before us and receiving these spiritual messages to guide our life. And you also received a very powerful, beautiful reading earlier this week. And you yourself have had a journey with your spiritual channels as well. And how do you feel like having the Tao Hands transmission and, you know, connecting deeper to your spiritual channels, how has that impacted like even, you know, your daily life or how you make decisions and what you do in your business and all of these practical things that is, you know, humans on Mother Earth, like we do in our day to day? And how has that kind of like impacted your life in that way?
Yeah, that's a great question in so many ways. I would say the more that I continue to practice, just the more I'm in tune with kind of knowing which direction to go in and just getting more clarity. And a lot of that comes with, yeah, building that inner knowing, right? I think for me, that's really the spiritual channel that I have connection with. It's just this like deep felt sense in my body. And I know just even within the last few months of having the Tao hand, it's just like that's been really heightened. And this week with Francisco was so beautiful because he just was able to kind of guide me. And I think what's for me, I have a lot going on in my life, and I'm I guess I want to say just like I love to take on the world, and that's kind of why I started my business, because I have such a deep passion for environmentalism and just changing our behaviors, and it has a lot to do with fashion, but just being intentional in how we consume and how we show up as individuals. And you know, I think sometimes we can often get overwhelmed with all that's happening in life, and with A, leading my business, and with B, stepping into wanting other people to also not feel overwhelmed. You know, it's like I am learning these practices to help me stay calm and help me stay grounded, and really connecting to my lower dantian has been so helpful. So a lot of the practices around opening that energy center, that's been really helpful for grounding, for receiving messages around how to move forward, and just even things in my day to day, you know, oh, do this versus do this, go outside, take a break, you know, do these things that make my body feel good. And those are things I would not do before. You know, I would kind of like push through, and I would feel like I had to really yeah, it was just a completely different energy I feel like I was showing up in life with and in my business, and it's continued to develop for the better for sure.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. This is like so amazing to just have a painted picture of what that transformation looks like. And for also people who might be kind of new and wondering like, how is this going to, you know, change my life or integrate into my life in some way? And to hear from your experience is so inspiring and really like heart opening as well. And just like you shared, like connecting deeper to all those different frequencies that we have access to that can guide us to, you know, just conduct our life and our days in a whole different way and really care for one another and love our body, love our soul, love our heart. And it's
Yeah,
really beautiful. So
yeah,
thank
and I
you.
think you're welcome. Thank you for letting me share. Like, I would say, because obviously people who are wanting to either get their Tao hands or continue opening their spiritual channels, like they're already, I'm going to say you're probably already on this spiritual journey, right? So you have a lot of tools in your toolbox already, but the Tao hands or a lot of these practices really just help you like go so much deeper and just enhance that experience that you may already be living. Because I think it's like, oh, even I have to say, I was like, ooh, I want to get my Tao hands. Yet at the same time, I'm like, do I need this? I'm not sure. You know, I'm already doing these other things in my life. But again, it just helped me like continue to open more and more to the divine, to the Tao. Like it's just so special the more that we continue to be these receiving channels, right? Like we get to just continue to expand ourselves to this wisdom, and it's just wherever you are on your journey, like it's gonna just enhance your life for sure, no matter what.
Yes, yes, yes. This is so so important to recognize, like you said, because wherever you're at on your journey, you know, it will enhance your life and it will help you to go deeper and transform and uplift and so many things. So for anyone who may be watching, do you have any final shares or words for our time together today?
I guess just kind of what I just said, you know, if you're on this journey and you're wanting to build that toolbox with new things, I would definitely encourage you to consider the Tao Hands or Awakening Your Spiritual Channels course coming up, and you know, just keep following this wisdom because it's so real. And when you get to experience it in your body, like it really is so special. And it's one thing, I think, to intellectualize things and to be like, oh, I understand what that means in my mind, but it's a total another thing to just feel it in your body and really be like, wow, I can experience the power of this. And yeah, a lot of the Tao practices really help, I feel like, be in the body and experience it at the physical experiential level.
That is key. That is key to experience it. Like what you just shared is so key, because sometimes we intellectualize things, we hear things over and over again, and it's great because you're listening to the story, but it's like, I can sit here all day and talk about how delicious this latte is that I made with oat milk and, you know, coffee and all these things in it, and cinnamon and a little bit of salt on the top and some reishi mushroom spores, and it's just a delicious latte, right? But you don't have the latte in your hand. You're not tasting it. You're just hearing about this delicious latte. So to me, that's what it is similar to. It's like you can be in the room, you can be hearing this conversation, but until you actually experience it, it's very different. So that is key, what you just shared right there. And so for anyone who is like, I want to experience that, click the link in the description of this video, because we have Tao Hands. It just started today. It started with Master Sha himself, and this has not happened in years. This is like so next level. So join this retreat if you feel called. It's the weekend you receive the transmission. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. And also, if you are already a Tao Hands practitioner, you can do a repeater and you can just receive the wisdom, the blessings. And also awaken your spiritual channels with Francisco. It is so powerful. It is so next level. I know it has transformed my life doing this course. And this is a total next level because there's different ways that you can do the course. You can do it with a private coaching if you're more advanced. You can also do it at a more entry level where you get to learn the basics of the wisdom and the teaching. So there's so many ways to engage. There's so many ways to receive the wisdom, the blessings, and more. So don't hesitate. You know, click the links, learn more. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We're here to support you, and we're here to guide you and help you to tune into your heart and see what you're being guided to do.